Thank you for choosing to watch our Dynamics 365 for Customer Service demo. Our goal is to help you better understand how Dynamics 365 for Customer Service can help you offer world-class customer service that leads to loyalty. Customer expectations continue to rise, and service preferences have changed. The phone has been replaced as the #1 channel, with 76% of today's customers using self-service to resolve their product and service issues. It is important to provide every agent with the tools they need to be successful, not only to increase first contact resolution, but to increase job satisfaction and reduce turnover. At the same time, it is more important than ever to reduce onboarding times and provide the types of tools that you will need to make new agents as successful as tenured. And now, with 73% of customers saying that valuing their time is the most important element of good service, by introducing on-site service delivery, we're allowing organizations to extend that efficiency just beyond the agent. The Dynamics 365 for Customer Service opens channels of engagement according to customer preference on a unified platform. The omni-channel support, and it supports any combination of self-assisted or on-site service. Agents are empowered with all the resources they need to succeed in their roles, providing insights unique to each position so that people at every level of the organization can make positive and meaningful impact. Now let's jump into Dynamics 365 for Service so you can see firsthand the benefits it can bring to your organization. For today's demonstration, I'm going to start in the view of the customer. So again, with Dynamics 365 for Service, you also have customer self-service portals that are available. So as you can see, I'm logged into the Contoso portal. I've signed in as my user, and you will have full capabilities to customize this portal, hyperlinks, you can add polls. There's a lot of flexibility around that. But again, from that customer perspective, I can maybe, search for certain articles. I can maybe go ahead and look in the forum to see if other customers have had a similar issue. Maybe I can collaborate with them. Again, creating community even within your customers. But for this particular one, I'm going to go down and look at some recent articles, and maybe the top rated article, a similar issue of having an issue with the 3D printer. So what I can do is the knowledge base articles that are created within the system can be surfaced here within the portal. So for me, I kind of have this first glance, like step-by-step procedure to try and fix this myself. So, after reading through this, going through some of the recent forums, I'm not really able to solve the problem. So what I can do right from within the portal is create my own case. So I can go ahead and say 3D printer help. It'll automatically bring in my information since I'm signed in. You'll also notice what the system has done is it's giving me one last chance to make sure, I've gone through the suggested topics. Here's, some other articles to consider. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed. I can give this a case type. So maybe this is a problem. I could give this a subject. So maybe it's regarding service. And just another detailed description. I have attempted to resolve on my own. So I can give that a description, add any other details. I can attach files if I want to take pictures of what issue I'm having, and then I can go ahead and submit. So then it automatically, again, is creating that case ID for me. So if I'm maybe not contacted as soon as I want to be, I can go ahead and call in, and I've got that case ID. And as things progress too, I can always log back into the portal to see the status of things. So again, that's a very high level example of what you can do and the power of the portals from a customer service standpoint. So let's go ahead and take off the hat of the customer again. So I've submitted my case. Now I'm waiting for that agent to call me. So let's go ahead and take a look at what it looks like once this case has been submitted from the agent side. As you can see, I'm logged into the internal Dynamics 365 customer service database. So as a customer service agent, just a couple of overview kind of navigational standpoints for those of you that might not be familiar with this system. So once you're logged in, you can have your default. So again, I'm logged into the service area. So as a service agent, here's the different areas or workloads that I have access to in the system. So if I wanted to see a listing of accounts or cases, I could select that particular icon and it would take me to that area of the system. There's also some other neat features to help with the CSR kind of efficiency workload. There is what's called the global search feature. So again, I could type in a few key phrases or words and it would search across the entire database to bring that information to me. You can also go to recently viewed records. So if there's certain cases that you've been working on, your dashboard, you can also take those recently viewed items and pin those records. So every time you go to recently viewed, they will automatically show up in the recent records area for you. There's also the quick create option. So this is just a way for you to easily get that information into the system. Maybe you're on the phone, the customer only has a couple of seconds. So this quick create form allows you to quickly get that information into the system. So it's just less fields to fill in, but allows you again to track that information. And the advanced find feature is just a more in-depth search query tool that you can search across multiple fields within the system. And then like I mentioned too, users can upload their own images to help personalize it, or they can also set up their default settings of where they want, when they log in every day, what does that default to? So again, from a customer service agent standpoint, I like to start in the dashboard area. And as you can see, there can be several dashboards available within the system. Users also have the ability to create their own dashboards, maybe for certain KPIs or information that they want to track. So again, this is just an example of a dashboard that you can have set up in the system. And the dashboards can either be charts of information like you're seeing here, or even like a list of open cases. So here we can see, trending product issues, issues that are coming in related to products to help spot trends so that you can more proactively start reaching out to customers if you see kind of those trends increasing. We can see the cases that are being entered, the priority level that's associated with them. And of those cases, which customer service agent they've been assigned to. And then just some additional ones here where you can see maybe by origin, are they coming in more over the social channels? Is it the phone? And as you can quickly see right here from within this chart, it's mostly web and email. And then also those cases that are assigned to those agents, what are the priority levels? So if you see that one agent has more higher priority items and you need to offset some of that workload, you can certainly open it up right from within this dashboard and assign those maybe to a queue to offset that workload for that particular CSR. What's nice too about the dashboards is that they're interactive. So if I wanted to take a closer look at maybe the cases by origin where these are coming in from, I'll just open this up to give us a little bit more real estate. So of this chart, maybe I want to take a closer look at what new cases are coming in from the web. So just by selecting that part of the chart, you can see it automatically filters those cases down for me. And I can see again that origin is, they're all related to the web. And what I'll point out here too is that, this first one that we see is that case that was actually created from the portal. So let's go ahead and go back to all. I'm going to close this. So again, right from within the dashboard, you can see just the powerful information that you can have, kind of real-time insights right away to start your day. So with that now, let's go ahead and actually open up a case so we can start working on a resolution. So when you get to cases, again, it's ultimately just a listing of active cases. So this particular one, I'm just looking at cases opened within the last 7 days. Maybe I want to look at all active cases. I could certainly do that as well. And also what's nice with Dynamics 365 is the ability of these inline charts. So again, similar to those charts we saw within the dashboard, I can still have access to them here. Again, as a visual person, it's very helpful for me to see it here. So if I, again, wanted to maybe see case creation by trend, again, it filters all that information down for us. So that is the inline charts and visualizations. So since this was the most recent case, I'm going to go ahead and open up this case, and we'll start figuring out if we can resolve this issue for Audra. One of the, in the opening slides, we talked about ways to give your agents tools to maybe have a defined process. So right here is this, it's called the business process flow. So again, ways to create consistency. So when your customer calls in, they're going to get that same experience no matter what agent they work with, because we've identified what those steps are that those agents need to do to create that consistency. So that's where this business process flow comes in. You'll also notice here that within the business process flow, you can see how long it's taking agents at each stage. So that way, again, you can create ways to maybe coach them if you're seeing that they're staying at one stage too longer versus other reps. But as each agent kind of goes through the process, confirming the identified information that you have for your organization, and then they can just simply go to the next steps once that's complete. You can also see from a priority standpoint if based on maybe my initial call with Audra, if this needs to be a higher priority, I could certainly set that as well. And then it automatically is again letting us know when it was created on, so giving it that time, date, and stamp, so we can make sure if there's any SLAs tied to this that everything's getting taken care of in time. I can also assign this new case to a new agent as well. Otherwise, I mentioned too, there's that concept of the queue. So if I wanted to add this to maybe a high priority queue, I could do that as well. So let's start looking into this to see if we can find a way to get this resolved. So on the left-hand side here, we just have our high-level case details. We mentioned earlier too, it auto creates that case ID. So if the customer does call back in, they can reference that case number and we can quickly look that up in the system. It's automatically brought in, the origin of where this came from. And then you can see here it also in the description area was that same description that I gave it in the portal area. And then just additional contact information for whomever submitted this. It looks like we've not worked with them before, so I'd want to make sure to update the company name. Also, as I'm, working with this particular contact, if they want to, if they have their Facebook or Twitter URL, we can always associate those with the contact in the system. So as we start working through the resolution, maybe, since this is assigned, I can either manually create this phone call, or you can also have workflow set up in the system to auto-assign activities, whether it's a phone call or a task, to your agents. So for this one, I'm just going to go ahead and manually enter in that I've attempted to call this customer. And since I wasn't able to get a hold of her, maybe I'll just say I left a voicemail and go ahead and hit OK. And then you can see there it gives it the time, date, and stamp that the call was completed and who it was completed by. Since I wasn't able to get a hold of this customer, I could set up a task reminder for myself. And I could give that an additional description if there are certain things I wanted to remember, and then I can give that a date and time of when I want that completed. So maybe our last attempt we're going to go ahead and look at any knowledge base articles that might be related to this issue. So again, we have several articles already set up in the system, and based on this case title, it's automatically bringing that information to me. So what I can do is kind of start going through, looking at more popular ones and, how to perform maintenance on the 3D printer. This looks exactly what I need. I can also see here that it looks like quite a few customers from within the portal are looking at this as well. So right from within here, I can actually email this article to Audra just to make sure to the customer that they did get a chance to review this. So let's go ahead and email that. So again, you can see that it's automatically bringing in that knowledge base article information. It looks very similar to what we saw in the portal. We can also attach any other files that we might want to send to the customer that might be beneficial. Within Dynamics 365, there's also the concept of email engagement. So since I've already attempted to call the customer, I've got a task reminder set up. I want to go ahead and send this email, and I want to schedule it to be sent at a later time. So maybe I want to have this to go out today. I still want it to be sent. So let's go ahead and say today at 4:30 p.m. So we've scheduled that to go out later. If I wanted to go in and remove the delay, I can certainly do that. And then I can also set up a reminder. So maybe if I don't get a reply back by a certain date or time, the system will automatically remind me that I need to reach back out to that customer. And also with the email engagement and the relationship insights that Dynamics 365 is bringing, you can then start to track, is the customer opening the email? Are they clicking on maybe the links that were included? So bringing that intelligence back to your CSR agent so they can more proactively maybe know when to reach out to that customer because they're consuming and they're looking at that information. So that's the email engagement piece. So we have that set to go out later. So let's go ahead and save and close that. And as I come back here into the case, we can see, again, here was that email activity that's created to go out today. If I wanted to add any additional notes, I could do that here as well. There's also, again, that ability to send emails directly from within the activity pane here as well. So after several emails and phone calls with this particular customer, and we've gone through all of our identified stages, and we're at the resolve stage. I can also, before I close out of this, ask the customer if they'd be willing to fill out a customer satisfaction survey so we can, again, ensure that we're meeting our customer's needs. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that as okay. And then ultimately at the end of any case, you will either cancel the case, maybe they were able to resolve it on their own, or based on our assistance, we're able to resolve that case. So let's go ahead and resolve the case. And if there were open activities, we can go back and close that. Otherwise, it will kind of take us to the case resolution screen. And we can give this a resolution type. Again, if you have specific things that you want to track internally, they can be set up here within the system as well. And let's just say problem solved. And you can also have, a concept of time tracking set up within the system if there's any billable time that needs to go out to customers as well, and give that any additional remarks if necessary. So let's go ahead and hit resolve. Now you can see there that the case has now been set to the resolve mode. So as a CSR, again, what I can do is go back into our cases, and we have now the new view of active cases that are within the system. So I could then go back and select the next case to start working on. So that is one way that you can, as a CSR agent, kind of internally through the Dynamics 365 platform. The next component we're going to take a look at is something called the Interactive Service Hub. The Interactive Service Hub, much like the dashboard feature, but it was really designed to simplify your day-to-day job and is specifically optimized for customer service. It shows you all your vital information in one place and lets you focus on things that require your attention. As you can see, it's a much more intuitive user experience that agents might prefer. So again, starting within this Tier 2 dashboard, we call it. If I want to take a closer look at the normal cases, by just selecting that particular one, it filters that down for me. If I wanted to grab that case, and again, similar, you can see we have our stages that we have to follow as a customer service agent. It's bringing all that general customer information, who the account is, who the particular contact or email that we have on file. And again, all those interactions that have taken place over time to resolve this case. I can also see from this standpoint too, any other cases that might be open for this client. So it looks like, we've resolved one, but we have several outstanding cases. So maybe there's more going on that I really need to dig into as a CSR rep. So much more intuitive. Again, if you still have the ability to do the routing, so if we needed to route this to escalate the case, just because there's so much going on within this client, we could certainly do that. And then once the case is resolved, you go to that next step. Go ahead and hit the send CSAT survey, and then that would go back to the customer. So again, Microsoft is really providing you those tools to work with your agents, give them the tools that they need in order to do their job. So why Microsoft Dynamics 365 for service? Microsoft Dynamics 365 for customer service supports the omni-channel, which enables consistent experiences across a combination of self and assisted service engagements. Provides the seamless service your customers expect by meeting them where they are with the information they need every time. It gives your agents complete information in a single customer service software app to make smart decisions and provide great service. It allows you to quickly respond to customer and market changes with an agile, cloud-based environment that has digital intelligence. For more information on how we can help define your path to success for customer service, contact us at ledgeviewpartners.com and navigate to the Contact Us page, or send an email to contactus@ledgeviewpartners.com. Thank you again for watching.